today we are making homemade chicken quesadillas. Hi Emma, no thank you. The one thing I love about quesadillas is they're incredibly versatile. You can make some for anyone in the house without much effort. Tonight my nieces are coming over to spend the night, so this is something that everybody can add their own ingredients and they're going to be able to enjoy it. What I'm doing now is I'm going to saute, I'm going to make a traditional version. I'm going to saute some peppers and onions in my skillet. I have already cooked and shredded the chicken. So I just boiled chicken breast and then I shredded it with my mixer to get it nice and split up there. So this isn't going to take very long at all. While those are going, I am going to preheat my other skillet. I don't have one of those fancy quesadilla makers. I don't really think it's necessary. So I'm just going to use one of my non-stick skillets, spray that down. I'm going to take 10-inch tortillas. So for this one, like I mentioned, this one's going to be more of a traditional flavor. This is one that Emma and myself will usually eat. Just going to keep tossing these. They were frozen. I let them sit out for just a couple of minutes. I'm going to use a Mexican cheese for this one. You can use any kind of cheese, any kind of topping. Be creative with it. I'm going to show you a couple of different versions of what I do. We need to get this skillet going here. This is just going to be cheese, peppers, onions, and chicken on this one. I am going to marinate the chicken a little bit, or season it rather. This is one of my favorite seasonings for a chicken. It's just a rotisserie chicken. It gives it a nice, like, home-cooked taste. You could use a blackening, or you could just use salt and pepper. You could do a taco seasoning if you'd rather, or a fajita mix. This is something I always have on hand, so I'm going to use this today. Alright, we're just kind of warming these up and making sure they're tender. Alright, I'm just going to take some chicken. I'm going to throw it right in here with this. We're just doing enough to make one quesadilla, so it doesn't have to be a lot. And those messing with the cameraman here. This was 2 chicken breasts. As you can see, it's a lot. The portions I've really been getting when I do my quick list order are just huge. I've been separating them and freezing them in the portions that I need for my family meal. Alright, so now that I've got my chicken and my peppers going nicely here, just turn that down. Alright, I'm going to take my quesadilla, or my tortilla shell. Make sure you've got your skillet preheated a little bit. Lay that down. I always like to do the cheese first. That gives your base something to stick to when we flip it. So I'm just going to put some cheese down right on top of that. Make sure you don't want to put it right up to the edge because it does melt and then it'll seep out the side and then it can just get messy. Do as much or as little as you'd like. Alright. Just going to take this and put it right on here. This was not one of my better skillets to use, obviously. Just going to spread that out. Again, we don't want to go all the way to the edge, but that'll work. Alright, while that one's browning up, I'm going to go ahead and put my top shell on it here. While that one's getting browned up, I'm going to go ahead and start another batch. This is going to be, I call it a sweet Thai chili chicken. So what I do is I take some red onion, jalapeno. And bacon. I use these bacon bits. It's just as easy. Well, it's a lot easier than frying bacon, actually. But, we're going to just saute this up a little bit here. Just braid my pan first. This isn't gonna. I did. Okay, well. We're just gonna put a little bit of olive oil in there just so it doesn't stick too much. We're gonna let that saute for just a minute here. Now, one trick I like to use whenever I'm making quesadillas, because I don't have one of those fancy quesadilla makers, you can take a glass plate or a pizza pan even to flip over your quesadillas. I'm going to check it first to see if the bottom is where I like it. I like a good golden brown all the way around. We're almost there. We're going to leave it for just another minute. Alright, so we've got our onion, bacon, and jalapeno going. This is a sweet Thai chili quesadilla. This is one of my favorites as well. I will probably have one of these. So we're going to take some of our chicken. Put that right in the skillet. This is just a Kroger version of sweet chili sauce. You can buy any brand. Pour that right in. That might be a little much. I'm just going to give that a little stir. Let that get keyed up. I went ahead and turned on my back burner. I like to do 2 pans at once if I can, just because everyone in my family likes their quesadillas differently. So it takes a little longer to cook this one because everybody gets to customize it. So I'm going to let that go. Spray this one off here. To get that one started in the back, I am going to flip this first one here. So what I'm going to do is take my plate, simply flip it over. Look at that perfect golden quesadilla. I do want to spray this pan again. Just going to slide it right back into the skillet and cook the other side. This back one's heating up nicely, so I'm going to go ahead and throw down my bottom quesadilla for that one, or tortilla. Go ahead and get this guy open here. Alright, so we've got our sweet Thai chili mixture. Again, it's red onion, bacon, sweet Thai chili sauce, jalapenos, and chicken. You can use any kind of cheese with this one. I think I'm going to go with just a cheddar jack. This one is a little spicy, but with the sweet Thai chili sauce and the jalapenos, it does get quite a little kick to it. But I always serve my quesadillas with sour cream or salsa, ranch dressing, whatever goes with what you're making. Alright. That's probably enough cheese on that one. So we're going to go ahead and dump this right on. Make sure you get that nice and spread out. I want to burn myself, so I'm going to turn that burner off for just a minute here. Alright, so I've got that one nice and spread out. Don't worry, I'm not going to reuse the new skillet every time. I am going to check on this one here, just to make sure we don't burn it, and she looks done. So I'm going to, just so you can see the other side, flip it. Got a little darker than I would have liked. We're going to set that off to the side and start on our next batch. mentioned, the kids don't really care for the spiciness of the sweet Thai chili and the jalapeno, so I wanted to make sure I got that cleaned off. Watch your arm, y'all, this okay. So for this one here, we are going to do a barbecue chicken. So I'm just going to get my pan soaked there. Again, I'm going to use the red onion on this one. We're going to let that cook up. I am going to check on this back one here. It's going nicely there. Okay, so for our barbecue chicken, I'm going to use red onions, chicken, bacon, and barbecue sauce with mozzarella cheese. So with our red onions, we're going to cook up some of this bacon as well. Let's get our chicken here. I like Sweet Baby Ray's. You can use any kind of barbecue sauce you like. I'm sure some of you could probably make it from scratch. Not something I'm into, so I use the store-bought. And I'll see how much that gives us there. So again, we've got chicken, red onion, bacon, and barbecue sauce. This one you might not want to dip with sour cream. You could probably do a ranch or maybe even like a garlic or a pesto sauce would probably be good. I'm all about garnish and condiments, so. All right, this one sounds like it's going pretty good back here. Let me take a look at it. It is definitely ready. So we're going to flip this one over. Again, just lay my pan down, give it a nice flip. Going to spray that one again. Hard with your left hand when you're right-handed. Alright, slide it back into the pan. Usually comes off easy. Alright, there we go. Now we're on round 2 for that one. I'm going to turn that down slightly. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and get this barbecue chicken one going here. Spray the pan down, of course, like I mentioned. Your base. Oh, now on the barbecue chicken one, I am going to use mozzarella cheese. Let's see. I would also use mozzarella for a buffalo chicken. I'm not going to do that one today because I don't know that anybody's going to eat that. But again, I would use a Sweet Baby Ray's buffalo wing sauce. Do everything the same. Put your chicken in your pan. Warm it up. If you wanted to add additional things to the buffalo chicken, you totally could. I don't know what I would put in it. Maybe some banana peppers or ranch dressing. I would probably dip with ranch dressing. But I've got my, and then you put your chicken in your buffalo sauce, mozzarella cheese on that again. I would do it the same exact way. So now we're finishing up our barbecue chicken. And it's going to go right on top of that mozzarella cheese. I'm going to spread that out. Check that one here. Get this nice and coated all over the tortilla. I'm going to turn this off before I burn myself. Let's check our back one here. Ready to go. All right. Well, easy peasy. All right. So we finished 2. I'm going to go ahead and turn all this off. I'm going to let the kids come in here and make their own. So that's all the tutorials I'm going to do today. But let me show you how it turns out. You take your kitchen knife. I'm just going to cut it into 4s, or you can do 6, 8s, whatever your family prefers. We all kind of share all of them. Probably could use a pizza cutter, would do just the same, but I had the knife out already, so I'm just using that. Definitely might have worked better, actually. I'm going to get a pizza cutter here. All right. This is our sweet Thai chili. You can see how it seeps out the sides here. That's a lot of filling, so you want to stay away from the edges, but it's delicious nonetheless. Serve this with sour cream. I mean, it doesn't get better in my opinion. This is probably one of my favorites. Sweet Thai chili. This is your traditional chicken, bell peppers. We've got red and orange, and then onion with cheddar cheese, and it's got a rotisserie chicken seasoning on that one. Also going to serve that with maybe queso or definitely sour cream, because that's always my go-to. But there you have it. We've got those two done. Our barbecue chicken's working right now. If you have any questions or you want more info on these, be creative. I want to see your recipes. Let us know. Like us, share us to your friends on Facebook or on Instagram and Pinterest. Thanks for watching. See you next time.